The tsunami sirens blare. Panic sets in. Thousands race inland, but the fastest escape route? It cuts straight through Oprah Winfrey's private estate. A tweet goes viral. Oprah won't open her road. The internet erupts. Accusations fly. A woman known for giving, now accused of keeping people out. But later, Maui police say the road was open, just not fast enough for the outrage to stop. Because this isn't just about a gate, it's about power, private land, and one impossible question. If you control the only road to safety, are you responsible for who gets through? You know Oprah's story, from poverty to powerhouse. The American dream, syndicated. But there's a part most people don't see, because Oprah didn't just buy mansions. She bought land, a lot of it. In Maui, she isn't just a celebrity. She's a landowner, reportedly one of the biggest on the island. Over 2,000 acres, according to public records. Private roads, gated ranches, controlled access, and under normal conditions, that's just wealth. But when a disaster hits, that land becomes leverage. In 2019, there were wildfire evacuations. In 2023, she was turned away from a shelter for arriving with a camera crew. And in 2025, a tsunami triggered another wave of criticism. Each time, the same question resurfaces. When a private road becomes a public necessity, who decides who gets through the gate? You probably think of Oprah as the queen of daytime talk shows, or the book club lady, or the billionaire with the warmest "you get a car" energy in history. But on Maui, she's something else entirely. She's a major landowner. It started in 2003, when she purchased around 100 acres in Kula. According to reports, the buy was meant to prevent a condo development. Locals saw it as protective, preserving the land instead of paving it. Over the years, the portfolio grew. 200 acres in Hana. Then a 3-acre property in 2021 for about $7 million. Then an additional 870 acres of agricultural land between 2022 and early 2023, reportedly bought for $6.6 million. By 2025, local property analysts estimate her Maui holdings exceed 2,000 acres. That's about 3 square miles. Much of it is registered under entities like OW Ranch, LLC, and Harpo Inc., her well-known companies. Among these acres is a private road. It connects Wailia, a coastal resort area, to the higher elevation town of Kula. And during a tsunami, that road becomes critical. But here's the issue. It's not public infrastructure. It's private property, gated, restricted, monitored. Oprah has said in past interviews that she keeps her land undeveloped to respect Hawaiian culture and avoid commercialization. She reportedly employs local staff and avoids flashy development. But when the island floods and families are stuck in traffic, the optics shift. People don't see a philanthropist. They see a gate, and they wonder if she's going to open it. It starts with a quake. On July 29, 2025, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake hits near Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center quickly issues alerts across the Pacific, including Hawaii. Sirens wail, emergency notifications flood phones. Officials urge residents to move inland and uphill immediately. But on Maui, that's not simple. Most roads run along the coast. Only a few cut inland. And as people scramble to evacuate, traffic grinds to a halt. Then, a tweet goes viral. It claims that Oprah Winfrey's private road, a faster route to high ground, is still closed. It implies she's keeping it shut during an emergency. Oprah won't open her road. People stuck while she's safe. Billionaire privilege in a crisis. That narrative spreads like wildfire. TikTok, Reddit, X, cable news chyrons. Tsunami plus celebrity plus gated road equals instant controversy. But just 30 minutes later, Maui police issue a statement. They confirmed the road had been opened in coordination with Oprah's team and FEMA. According to KITV's report, cars were allowed through in groups, monitored for safety. Oprah's spokesperson adds that as soon as they received the tsunami alert, they began coordinating with local agencies to open access. But here's the dilemma. By the time the facts emerge, the internet has already made up its mind. That first tweet becomes the story. Even with the road open and no injuries linked to it, the damage to Oprah's image is already done. Because in 2025, the facts don't go viral. The vibe does. The tsunami backlash didn't come out of nowhere. This wasn't Oprah's first time in the crosshairs during a crisis. And it wasn't the first time her land became part of the emergency conversation. Back in 2019, brush fires swept through parts of upcountry Maui. Rumors spread online that Oprah refused to open her private road. She responded quickly, saying local officials had already been granted access hours earlier. Still, the narrative stuck. Then came August 2023, the deadliest wildfire in Hawaii's history. At least 115 people died in Lahaina. Oprah volunteered at shelters. She opened her road again to help evacuees. But once more, backlash followed. She arrived at a shelter with a CBS camera crew. Local officials had a strict no media policy. She was turned away, then came back later without cameras. Officials publicly thanked her for respecting the rule. But by then, critics online were already outraged. Then came the People's Fund of Maui. She and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson launched the fund with a $10 million donation and asked the public to match it. It didn't land well. Two billionaires asking us for money? Why not just donate more yourselves? The fund's purpose was clear: long-term recovery for locals. But the public reaction was murky. Oprah even filmed a video explaining the idea. It helped clarify intentions, but didn't erase the memes. And behind all of this, conspiracy theories. Some online voices suggested she wanted the land burned, that her blue-roofed mansion was somehow laser-proof, or that she planned to buy up scorched land. All of those claims were debunked by multiple outlets. But still, they spread. So by the time the 2025 tsunami tweet exploded, the internet didn't start from scratch. It started from memory, a gate, a pattern, and a public quick to assume the worst. Owning land comes with rights. But when that land includes a road people need during a disaster, it also comes with scrutiny. As of 2025, Oprah's net worth is estimated at $3 billion. She's given more than $400 million to education, housing, and disaster relief, built schools, launched scholarships, created entire institutions. But none of that mattered in the moment. Because when people were stuck in gridlock, they didn't calculate donations. They calculated distance and saw one road that was gated and one person who owned it. It's why the backlash hit so hard, not just because of logistics, but because of symbolism. A private road, a billionaire's estate, a moment of panic, even though the road was opened. People didn't feel it fast enough. And in 2025, perception spreads faster than facts. Now, state lawmakers are discussing emergency access laws, policies that would require landowners to unlock private routes during natural disasters. Because currently, it's a legal gray area. In this case, Oprah worked with law enforcement and let cars through. She did what was asked, but technically, she didn't have to. So the debate begins. Is it fair to demand private citizens hand over their property in a crisis? Or is it unfair for life-saving infrastructure to be in private hands at all? Oprah became the lightning rod for that debate, even if she acted appropriately. Even if no one was harmed because of her land, the public still felt the risk. And in the internet age, vibes go viral. You can give away millions. But if people believe you hesitated when it mattered most, That moment defines you. That's the burden of modern privilege. You don't just own the land, you own the story, whether you want to or not. So, was Oprah wrong, according to officials? No, the road was opened. No one was denied evacuation because of her. But in 2025, truth travels slower than outrage. And by the time the facts come out, the narrative's already gone viral. This wasn't just about a locked gate. It was about what the gate represents. Oprah, known for her generosity, suddenly framed as the obstacle. She's funded education, housing, disaster relief. She's helped thousands. But when the tsunami hit, she owned one of the only fast routes to safety. And for 30 minutes, no one on social media knew if it was open. That uncertainty, even if brief, fueled the fire. Now the conversation has shifted. This isn't just about Oprah. It's about who controls access when lives are at stake. About the thin line between private ownership and public safety. Should billionaires be allowed to control evacuation routes? Or should states take steps to guarantee those roads are available in a crisis? Because next time, the warning might come later. The traffic might be worse. And the gate might not open in time. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this one. Because when wealth meets emergency response, even paradise can become a battleground.